Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And before I introduce y'all to our guest today, hailing kind of from Queens, but from Jersey a little bit too, you feel me? Make sure you hit that big red button that says subscribe under whatever screen you watching this on. And hopefully it's a TV screen because you tapped in with Cut Different TV. But it might be an iPhone, it might be an iPad. I don't know. What you think, Jesonie?
Maybe a phone, honestly, on Instagram Reels.
They probably are on IG Reels or iPhone or something. Do people use iPads anymore?
Some people, honestly, like for their businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me personally, no.
I could never get behind the iPad. You feel me? It's just,
too
what's
big,
the point?
right?
Why don't we just get a computer?
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, man, we're not here to talk about Apple products. Shout out Apple though, great stock. But growing up in Queens, you feel me? Transitioning, coming to Jersey. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing that got you into music and that made you want to be a creative.
So what got me really into music was my dad, right? Because he was an underground artist. He's from Hollis, Queens, right? So he was doing music since he was like, I'd say like 10 years old. He bought me my first piano. And like, my bad. He brought me my first piano, and he would have me like make beats on the MacBook, the iMac computer. So, and then he had brought like a microphone too, so he would have me like do vocals and stuff. So he really got me into music. And my upbringing, like the transition from it was different, but I was living in New Jersey and coming back to Queens, New York, like back and forth. So.
Okay. So Pops was an artist, and that's like, so mom and Pops or just Pops?
No, just Pops. Honestly, everybody from my dad's side. So I know that one of my great aunts, her name was Pearl Bailey. She's actually like a famous like singer and actress. So she was like a real star like in our family. Like she was really the one that brought music into the family for real. So my grandma too, she also did music. So then I guess it passed down to my dad, and then it passed down to me. So I kind of have like a lineage of people in my family doing music, and my sister and my cousin and my other two cousins.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So music was always something that was ingrained in you.
Yes.
And so what made you want to say, you know what, like, I'm trying to be Jesonie the artist?
That developed in the beginning of January of 2023. After I had my house fire. Honestly, like that was the traumatic breaking point for me, because it was relationships that really got me to this point to really pursue music, honestly. But really, what really got me going was after the house fire, honestly. Like that really killed me inside. So I just honestly I actually prayed to God first. That's how I made this song, God Knows. I prayed to God. I said, God, what do you want me to do? Should I do music, yes or no? Because my cousin was actually pushing me to do music for a minute. And then after that, I picked up a pen and a paper and I started making the song. And that's how this song was created. And yeah.
And you talk about, and we'll get into God Knows. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that. That's your first ever record that you made.
Yeah, first song.
And so you talked, there was a lot of inspirations behind it, right? Like relationships that you've been in, which a lot of people say. Like a lot of people are like, damn, I've been in some bullshit. You feel me? Maybe it's toxic. Maybe it's great and it just ended. Maybe it's great and you're still in it and you're making love music. A lot of it is relationships, but you went through some situations as well, like house fire.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about, these things you've been through.
Oh my God. Okay, so basically the day of the house fire, it was a perfect day. Woke up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go hang out with my friends, So we had went up to Newark, and we went to go chill, smoke, whatever. Next thing you know, and my sister was at school at the time, and my cousin was the only one in the house. Everybody was gone. Thank God my grandma wasn't in there. She was somewhere else at the time. I get a call, and they're like, "Oh, Sonny, the house is on fire, da da da." And I'm like, huh? So I thought it was a joke at first. I'm like, nah, you're playing. So I really like played it off at first. But then after I got like 3 other phone calls and like, my other friend had called. They came outside. They were like, yo, your house is burning down like all the way. So I had to rush all the way from Newark and literally do the dash on the turnpike, like, and I was cutting off traffic, driving on the shoulder and shit. And then,
Damn.
yeah, a cop tried to pull me over, but I'm not gonna lie, it was low key. I'm not even exaggerating. It was kind of like a low key police chase, but they kind of stopped like a few miles back. When I continued, I was like, nah, fuck that. I came by the house, but they wouldn't let me like cross by my street of the crib. They're like, oh, it's a house on fire. I'm like, yeah, that's my house. Can I please like come in? Like, you know what I mean? Because they wasn't trying to let me in. I'm like, bro, what? So I just see a whole bunch of fire trucks and like all my neighbors that I never seen before. They finally came outside, and they're just all staring like, oh, are you guys okay? Are you okay? My cousin barely made it out. Like he literally, it happened while he was in the shower, in the basement, and the fire happened like upstairs. So like he had to like literally run through the smoke to get outside. And the time he called this was like way before, like after I got back. The time he called the fire trucks, the house was already like basically gone. So honestly, it was just traumatic because when I got there, I didn't have nothing. All I had was like flip flops that I had on, a t-shirt and some shorts. I didn't have nothing. Like all I had was my phone and my car keys. Like I lost everything. And I know it's all material, but it's like, come on. Like I came home to no house. Like it was just a good day. And it was so sunny outside too. Like it was a nice day, but like damn.
Yeah, nobody expects to get that call. Like,
Yeah.
and so, I mean, the only time I seen something like that was on what's that show called? Damn, I can't think of it right now. It's like that show with the family, and they adopt like the kid, and they got the I don't know. Anyways, that's irrelevant. So how do you take that as inspiration? Obviously, a lot of what you lost was material, but two, there's a lot of emotional connection with things. And when I'm, as somebody who would just hear the song title and then I hear that story, I would imagine God knows means a lot of different things. Because you could have been there. You
know
weren't
what?
there.
I forgot to tell you. The last thing that, when I went into the house after they put the fire out, like, my whole room was, like, done up. Like, the ceiling was coming down. Everything was gone. The only thing left was the Bible. And I still have that Bible to this day.
Stop playing.
I don't even want to swear. But on everything I love, I still have that Bible. It's still, you see the little fire specks on it, but that's the only thing left. It was the only thing left in my room. You can ask my sister, my mom, my dad. My dad still has it. And it was open on one page. And I still got the page, but I forgot the name.
You lying.
You can't tell me that's not God.
I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's just like, you know? And then after that, I don't know. I looked into like fires, like when your house catch on fire or something like that. It's rebirth or something. So I don't know. I feel like my life kind of like made a whole 360. Because even when I was little, I kind of had a dream about this, me making music, but I never knew when it was going to happen. I had a dream I was like a pop star or something. Like, I don't know. Like I made like pop music, hip hop, and I was on stage and I was like, I'm going to just let it pass by. But this happened when I was like in first grade. Now it's like coming into reality after this fire. The house that we moved into after the fire, it was the house that I like basically manifested when I was in first grade. Like, it's a long story, but it was for show and tell. I remember this. I didn't have nothing to show and tell, so they were like, "Oh, like tell a story about something." So I just made it up. I manifested that, man. It was I said, "Oh, I live in a mansion. My room." It has a big balcony and it's like a really big loft and I have so much space. I have my couch. I have my bed. Like I have a big queen size bed. I have like a nice city view. I don't know. I just said that when I was younger. I remember it so like vividly. And next thing you know, after that, that was the first house we moved into. Like after we were staying at a hotel for like 3 months. But yeah, nah. That really, like, I just feel like ever since then, what inspired me was, like, manifestation is real in a way, if that makes sense. Like, if you really, like, believe 100%, like, it will really come true.
Both ways.
I feel like I wouldn't say magic, but I feel like there's really higher powers in this world, in this universe, and we need to pay attention to our intuitions, for real.
Facts.
We have to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff at play, you
Mhm.
know, and I think that intuition's key, but I think also where your focus goes, your energy flows, you know,
Correct.
and an
Yeah.
object in motion stays in motion. You
Mhm.
feel me? So, you know, you got to have faith and you got to walk forward, you feel me? I think Martin Luther King was the one who said faith is taking the next step when you can only see the one right in front of you, you know? So you
Yeah.
got to take that step. You got to believe it's there, you know?
Mhm.
And the first step's the hardest to take. So it looks like you took a step in faith and bet on yourself with God knows.
Mhm.
So talk to me about that record a little bit.
Okay, so the name of it obviously comes from the story I told you, but the narrative of the story is basically everything else I've been through, like my experience in relationships. My brand is basically based around relationships and like the traumatic stuff I've been through. So I'm basically talking about like the stuff I did for one of my past spouses that I cared about so much, and I put my all into it, and then it's like it didn't go nowhere. And I understand like we all have to learn our lessons, but I was just really hurt and I didn't know where else to put that anger and sadness, so I just wrote it in a song.
Mm. What does spouse mean to you? Married? You were married?
Spouse? I mean, no, I was not married.
You were living with somebody?
No, it was just my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, your
But
boy.
I just
You
like
call
try
it
to be I
spouse.
try to be proper. I don't know if that's like if
I
I'm
feel you.
supposed to say that or not,
Yeah,
but
you can say whatever the hell you want to
yeah.
say. Yeah,
I just try to be proper about it. I don't want to be like, "Oh, my ex nigga."
I feel
Like
you. Yeah. Okay. Word. And so that relationship kind of inspired you to make that record. And so
yeah, actually I have another story about that too.
go ahead. Yeah.
So basically what had happened was he does music, right? So like he was saying it was one time he went to this party with Kenzo B, right? And I like Kenzo B. But like he was just like on some oh, like how you expect to be cuz I was talking about like I was thinking about making music and starting a brand, but I never put it into fruition. Like I just used to talk about it. He was like how you expect to like do this and be great if you only got like 1,500 on the gram. Like I'm like, what
Mm.
does that have to do with anything? Like actually, but it's stupid. So basically,
Niggas love the gram, man.
the
The
gram,
gram
like,
don't mean
yo, it
shit.
doesn't mean nothing.
Don't mean shit.
So basically, like he just kept he put me down in a way. Like I don't understand. Like I guess however he felt, he projected that onto me, and it's like I guess I absorbed that, and it just hurt. So I didn't know how else to like place that, but basically that's how it started. And I was like, you know what, no, like I need to do something. So I made this happen. And I'm not even done. This isn't even like where obviously like we start out small, but this is not even like what I'm thinking about where I'm headed, you know? Like this is not the last chapter, this is not the final chapter.
And so I appreciate you sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody has, you know, whether it's, I don't know the person that you're in a relationship with. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're all people. You feel me? We all go through different things and learn lessons, but, you know, somebody can relate to that. You feel me?
Right.
You mentioned where you are right now is not necessarily indicative of where you want to be, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So right now, the focal point, how are you gearing up for this next phase of Jesonie? Is it you building a team? You know, what pieces of the puzzle are you putting together?
Getting all the songs together and the narrative and the story behind it, and making each and every song unique and have a purpose to add value into everyone's lives. Um, get the team, the management, the marketing, promotion, PR, anything that an artist needs, you know what I mean? And the resources that I need, and go with it, go forth. And obviously, of course, put the most high first and go with it and just don't look back. Like, I'm not looking back after this. I always told myself, I said, look, if I ever get in the studio and create a song, I'm not looking back. Like, I just have to keep going, even if it's slow. I don't mind being patient. I've been patient for this long, so why not keep going? I know people even put like an age on like making music, but I don't even listen to them.
What people, bro?
There's been, okay, I don't even want to say names, but there's been people in the underground industry, well, in the underground music scene, and they're like, oh, well, you know, if you're 21 now, and you're about to be 22, so it's going to be harder to groom you when you're 22, 23.
How does that even sound,
exactly,
bro? Jay-Z dropped his first album when he was 26.
Exactly.
2 Chainz wasn't 2 Chainz until he was in his 30s. Future is like 41 at the time of recording. And Future is the god of the streets. Right. Drake is what, 38, 37? Right. Come on, bro.
And Nicki Minaj.
Like the greats, people say that because it's like, it sounds good. It's a reason right? for, oh, well, you're not on because you're past this. Mm-hmm. Like, let's keep it a buck. We're still, we just crossed 50 years in hip hop.
Right.
You feel me? Like, there are no rules. There are no guidelines. And as soon as people try to set boundaries and expectations for, oh, this is what success looks like, or this is the mold, somebody breaks it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't really, I hate when people try to be like, oh, well, this is, nah, fuck all that. Like, Benny the Butcher dropped in his third. Like, there's so many artists that are going crazy right now. Even
right,
like everybody that is the best at their craft right now is in their 30s, period. Right. So if you are taking that time to get to that point, all you need, good music is going to get the ears that it needs to get. You feel me? The outside noise from people who aren't doing what you're doing, if you wouldn't trade places with the person that's giving you the advice, there's no point in taking that advice.
Right.
Because if you take everybody's advice, you're going to end up being confused and not do anything at all. Mm-hmm. Anyways, my fault. I'm passionate about that shit, bro.
Right, because it's true. Like, you know, I deal with that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, damn.
That's what actually, like, puts me under pressure and makes me stressed out. Like, not getting it on time by, like, someone else's expectations. But I really need to stop, like, thinking about other people's opinions. Because it's my life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. And everybody's opinion, what do they say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like at the end of the day, people gonna give their thought, and that's cool. Cause their thoughts and their opinions have gotten them to where they are. And then we as people have to look at where they are and be like, damn, well, do I want to be there? Okay, cool. So then maybe their opinion doesn't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get into this project. So you told me that you're working on a project right now, and obviously you're building the team. You're putting together the narrative behind it. You've got a lot of things in the works. So talk to me about why a project now.
Why a project now?
Yeah, why do you want to drop a project?
I feel like I want to give the people some of my art that I've been holding back for honestly like over a year and a half. I feel like I built a pretty good fan base for only like maybe under a year doing music. And even the little like screen recording tapes I put on my stories, people are like, oh, when are you gonna drop? I'm just like, give me time, hold on. Like, so I feel like I'm gonna give the people what they want. They're asking for it. I put like 6 like over like a span of like I'd say 2 months, I put like 6 little clips just to like teasers, you know? So I have people DMing me, they want to hear it. Friends, family, and even acquaintances. Anytime I know like, this is just like, I know, music is full of critics, but I put the little fire emoji. What's that thing on the story is called? The little fire emoji for the like...
The reactions?
The reactions for the, like when you slide it.
Just the... Is that the poll? That's not the poll. It's just a slider, like a reaction slider.
Reaction slider, yeah. Like, I just put that there. Everybody put it all the way up to fire. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to give you guys what you want. So I will be dropping a small EP so everyone can hear my art. Okay.
Yeah, and we're not gonna say a date.
No date.
We just gonna let you know a project is coming. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be a month from now.
Project is almost done. It's almost done.
You heard it here first. But cool. So the project is there. For anybody that's been waiting on that, anybody that's swipe right, I think you start here and then swipe right to do that. If you swipe right and gave her a fire emoji and you don't reshare her project to your story, you know who's hating. You feel me? You know who's hating. So they hear it here first.
It's crazy because I'll get like so many like mad views, but like just I know like I don't know if it's the algorithm or just people. Like I have like even if it's 1,000 people just watching it, right? Like they don't like no comment.
You're right.
They just you know.
But you know why that is though?
Why?
There's a team. If you think about sports, right? Each football team has what 53 players. So you got at any given time, minus coaching and personnel, you just take the teams, you got 106 players on the field. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the stadium.
Right.
Why are the people in the stadium? They're just there to watch the people do what they're best at. Some people just want to watch. That's all they want to do. And that's fine.
Yeah, that is fine.
You got to think, some people don't know how to work Instagram, first and foremost. You feel me? That's one thing. Second off, some people hating on you. You feel me? Other people are inspired by you. And some people want to support. They just don't know how. So a lot of times artists expect support from people, but you're not telling them how to support. Maybe they're not a fan of the music, but they love your passion and your creativity.
But
how can they support?
Say, right?
You feel me? You said what?
They don't know what to say.
They don't know what to say. So a lot of times, you know, you got to put yourself out there. And I think really that's why polarity amongst like new artists and all of these things, these artists have so much attention online, but then you listen to the music and you're like, damn, the music's trash, but they have 2-3 million followers. It's because they're polarizing and they force people to say something, you know? It's like you either hate this artist or you love this artist. I think a lot of times artists kind of dabble in that middle ground and then wonder why nobody's like super passionate because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a balancing game.
So it's like we got to pick either or basically?
I mean, I think depending on what you're looking to do, I think if you look at the people who have substantial impact on culture and the world and just society as a whole, they pick what they believe in and they believe on it and they don't budge. You feel me? And some people are going to hate that. Some people are going to love that. You feel me? And the best people are able to do it in a way that's sophisticated and that, you know, you hear out the other side, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think with the project, maybe, you know, like in that marketing and that plan and that, just keep that in mind.
Right. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, you know, we chopping it up. But yeah, so you building the team, you got the project on the way. And everybody that comes up here, Jesonie, I don't know how many episodes of Cut Different TV you watched. And that's fine. This could be your first time, you know, being around, and that's cool. But we ask everybody that comes up here one simple question. It's nothing crazy. But I want you to think about it. What makes you cut different, Jesonie?
What makes me cut different is my ambitious drive and my mindset. My name is distinct. I feel like no one has my name. Even if you do, kudos to you. But I never heard of that unless it was the Jesonie water bottle.
Facts.
And I feel like my sound, like I don't really honestly feel like I sound like anyone else. Me personally, but I will take other people's opinions if that's the case. But I just don't feel like I sound like anyone else. You know?
And so, you I mean, you singing on, you know, Jersey beats.
Yeah.
You doing different shit.
I don't even see nobody doing that. I really don't. I see the, you know, the Sexy Drill, Cash Cobain, and that's cool. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I should hop on one of those. I really should. But I really don't see anyone singing over Jersey Club. I remember showing this artist that I was working with, like literally at my old job. And I was like, yo, like you could hop on this beat. He's like, nah, it's too fast. I'm like, bro, you're from Jersey. Like you're literally from Jersey. You're born and raised in Jersey. Like, you know, Jersey Club. They play that at the parties all the time. Like, come on.
Who said, you just said somebody just gave you their opinion again?
Yeah, basically. But I'm like, he was trying to do New York drill, but it's like, we live in Jersey. You live in like South Jersey. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
And dare to be different. People want to do different things, and everybody has their own vibe. But I think doing something different and bringing something different to the table. And one thing that you said today that I think is super fire, and artists are aware of it most of the time, but it's the execution, and
Yeah,
it's
the execution.
you talked about putting together a team, and kind of building out that world and
Right.
everything in it. So the narrative, what is the project about? What story am I telling? How am I representing myself as an artist? What is my identity? And those are three critical things. You got one. You did the God Knows. That was your first record, and that was what, a year ago.
Yeah.
And you're already thinking about these critical things that a lot of artists never really think about.
Right.
That's something that right there showcases that the future of Jesonie is exponential growth from right now. So I think that's fire. I think you cut different.
Thank you.
For real. For real. Is there anything that you want to say to the people that are seeing you for the first time? Like, what do you want them to know about you?
I want you guys to know that I'm a very innovative individual, and I'm very I'm very curious when it comes to things. If I meet you in person, I will ask you a lot of questions. I'm not gonna lie. Just because I want to get to know you. I care about people a lot. I care about people's well-beings. If you have a certain look on your face, I'm going to ask you if you're okay. Like, I just honestly really care about people, and I want everybody to do good too. Like, of course, I'm going to focus on myself and do what I have to do, but I want to make sure the people around me are happy too. And, like, I'm a very caring person, like I said before. And I have a lot of projects coming out besides the music. I have, like, mainly, honestly, I'm going to be doing a clothing brand and a record label to help other artists, but that's in the future. That's a whole nother project that I'm going to be adding on to my music. And yeah, that's honestly the start. Anything else, I kind of want to save for later. It's kind of a secret. So you guys are just going to have to stay tuned.
Yeah, only snippet. I mean, she just giving y'all a little taste on Cut Different TV. She'll just save the rest of the details for us. You know what I'm saying? But for y'all right now, until you know what, y'all got to hit the subscribe button first before you try to get any more information out of Jesonie. But now that you've hit the subscribe button, hopefully, tell them where they can find you at. If they want to follow these journeys and all these different, expenditures of the brand. I don't even think that's a word, but all these different avenues, all these different avenues of the Jesonie brand. Where can they find you and how can they support you?
You guys can find me anywhere. You can Google me. I'll pop up, and yeah, just search up Jesonie. You can search up my last name, Brown. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Pinterest.
LinkedIn is crazy. Nobody's ever said LinkedIn before, or Pinterest.
That's my professional profile.
Yeah, everybody, you gotta have a LinkedIn.
Where else can you find me? You can find, like I said, you can find me anywhere. Just search up my name, and yeah, all my links are in my bio and on Instagram. All my links on YouTube, and on TikTok. Yeah, Jesonie Official. Just search up my name, you'll see me. You'll remember my face.
Facts. And she said, Google me.
Yeah,
if everything else, if you can't find her anywhere else, just Google her.
Literally, just Google me. Search up Jesonie Brown, you'll see me.
Facts.
Literally.
We love it, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And this has been another episode of Cut Different TV. I go by the name of Sebastian Ryder, and I'm here with the one and only
Jesonie.
And we just did it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you hit subscribe. Like down below, drop the comments, your favorite parts of the interview, and come see us again next time. Peace.
All right, thank you.
Definitely. Good shit.